Speaking of relativism, there's a place where Nephi says you must press forward. I like to ask my students, everybody point forward where you're sitting. Look, we're pointing in opposite directions. You might think that means forward is whatever I decide it is. But Nephi doesn't leave us wiggle room. He says you must press forward with a steadfastness in Christ. So forward is Christward. And I know that Stephen Covey used to do something I just thought was so brilliant. He'd be in a business seminar setting, and he would say to the group, everybody cover your eyes and point north. And usually they're in an unfamiliar conference center. And he said, I would have people pointing in every direction, including straight up. And then he would say, okay, uncover your eyes and look around the room. And they'd all laugh. Oh, I came up the elevator. I don't know where I am. And they'd all laugh and everything. And then I just thought, wow, this is brilliant. He would say, well, why don't we just vote? And they'd kind of squirm like, well, North isn't subject to popular opinion. I mean, you might be right, but you might not. Oh, okay, well, why don't we have the strongest person in the room decide then? We'll have an arm wrestling tournament. They choose what North is. Well, it's good to be strong, but they could be wrong. Okay, well, let's have the wealthiest person in the room. That's the golden rule. If you got the gold, you make the rules. And they'd all kind of laugh at that too. And then he would say, and I thought, wow, this is very 2024, just decide what North is for you, which would kind of ensure that everybody's lost. And after he kind of showed that, well, it does work if you're on the South Pole. I thought about that one. Then it works. If you're right on the South Pole, it works. But then he would say, see, none of these work. Popular opinion doesn't work. Money doesn't work. Power doesn't work. Relativism doesn't work. He would pull something out of his pocket, and you know what it is, a compass. And he would say, this is an external reality. It's not up to me. It's not up to you. It's similar to we hold these truths to be self-evident. It's time-honored. We must align our lives with true north principles. I love that idea. Christ is our true north. Such a good argument against relativism or whatever you think. Is there such a thing as absolute truth? Korihor says no, there's no such thing. Whatsoever a man did was no crime. Elder Maxwell said, denying absolutely the existence of absolutes.
Denying absolutely the existence of absolutes. That's great.